old as fuck. In the bathroom? Weird thing. It's your boy DT with some fit, you know. You got some rigmarole going, JC Penney, man. Ooh, sorry. Whole mall is closed right now. No big deal though. I'm not shopping. It's not why I'm here. What up? I just got some big cotton candy. Little man. Let's get out of the crowd. Well, GameStop is half open. I'm just gonna sneak in through the front door. Does it smell good? Who we got on the viewership? Who we got on the viewership? Because you didn't drop a like. You didn't drop a like, so your viewership means nothing. Viewership means nada. There it is. There it is. Now it means everything. That's what I'm talking about. That's love. That's support right there. How's it hanging? Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope you're all doing well. Hi. How's it hanging, bro? How's it hanging, bro? Let's get back in the whip and head home from the middle of town. Downtown. At the bougie mall. The Broadway Center. Whatever it's called. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're all doing well. Let's hop in the Bronco and take a little ride ski down the way ski, huh? Let's get out of here. Not run anybody over on the way out, huh? It's 10:45 p.m. there. Well, that's not bad though. How'd you spend your Sunday afternoon? Hopefully doing something productive. Oh, I gotta go on nights tonight. I gotta go work overnight. So, I did not mean to do that. So anyway, I'm not gonna do anything today. I'm not gonna work hard or party or nothing. I'm just gonna take my ass home. Maybe play a couple hours of video games. Nap and then come pick up my wife. And then go to work. And I'll be off at 6 in the morning. Allegedly. No, this isn't the right one. You're trying to find a new job? Well, keep looking, man. Don't give up. I know that shit's annoying and oftentimes very difficult. But don't give up. Eventually you'll get something which is nowhere near worth what your time is worth, but, you know, some money's better than no money, I reckon. Some money's better than no money. The most dangerous place to drive a vehicle, in my opinion, is a parking lot. It's a lawless concrete wasteland. First come, first serve is the policy. And there's no rules, like I said. You got to be careful in parking lots. Nobody cares. Nobody cares in a parking lot. They don't care about traffic laws or right of way or who was there first. It's a dog eat dog world in a parking lot. You got to be careful. You got to trade your time for something. I wish it wasn't like that, you know. I really do. I wish it wasn't like that. Because you can't, you know, money comes and goes, but your time never comes back. Your time never comes back. So I wish it was different than that. But unfortunately, that's just the way the world works. That's just the way the world works. Your time is fleeting on this earth. Even while you sleep. Which probably explains why I don't like sleeping that much. I really don't. I don't like sleeping. I got FOMO, like a mofo, you know what I mean? Fear of missing out, that's what that means. Gotta trade your time for something. But yeah, I honestly, I do wish it wasn't the case. I gotta find a better spot to put this. You can see me a little better. How about that? How about that? That's a little better. What kind of jobs do you like, man? What kind of stuff are you into? What floats your boat? What suits your fancy? You know what I mean? Manufacturing, retail, construction. You know, what's your niche? Logistics. Yeah, logistics is alright. Shipping, receiving, product management, stuff like that, right? That's an okay career to be into. That's kind of like I'm on the manufacturing end, but that's essentially what the company I'm working for now does, is like logistics with a little bit of side manufacturing. But it's not really manufacturing, it's just a product service. You know, electro finish, kind of like hydro dipping or whatever, but it's a little different. And that's essentially what they do. Like, they don't own any of the product. None of the product is theirs. They don't manufacture any of the product or anything. We just receive the product, code it, and then ship it back. One big circle. Comes in the doors, goes through the process, goes out the doors. That's pretty much all we do all day. Hi. It's not the job I wanted. I wanted to go back to work at my old company. More money, but remote dispatch for the U.S. trucking industry. That's what you're trying to get into. Well, that's easy stuff. Yeah, a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that, yeah. In fact, I would say that job's very essential for like an independent driver, you know, someone who owns their own truck and trailer and just makes like hotshot trips, you know. Like, a lot of hotshots rely on somebody to find their jobs for them, or to yeah, a lot of people rely on them. The independent truck driver is on the up. You know, a lot of people don't want to be a company driver anymore. They want to get paid by the load, not by the miles, not by the hour. You know, they want to get paid by their load. They want to be able to just pick up a load, drive it 3-4 hours away, drop it off, not have to deal with it at all, and get, you know, 2-3 grand for doing that. Depending on, you know, what they're doing. Sometimes it's a lot less, naturally. Just depends on what they're hauling and for who they're hauling it. But a lot of people are getting into the hot shot instead of, you know, actually working for a company over the road. Yo, what's up, Saman? What's going on, bro? Yeah, for the owner-operators. Yeah, that's exactly what it's for. Hotshot drivers. I mean, trucking companies don't need any help because they've normally got long-standing contracts with other companies that, you know, will use their services regardless of the situation or whatever. It's just, it's literally just for owner-operators. Hotshots. I think that's what they're called. Hotshots. Texas? You say Texas isn't very good for that? It's probably because there's just a lot of companies that would, you know, there's a lot of companies here that will, you know, keep you from getting business. You know, like, I'm not going to go as far as to say it's like a monopoly, but it definitely makes it more difficult for, like, independent owner-operators to get work when there's so many trucking companies that are going to do the same thing for you. Texas is a big state, so there's naturally hundreds of companies like that. Hundreds of logistics and shipping companies. No. I'm from Florida. I don't live in Florida. I'm from Florida. As in, I was born in Florida. I was born in Florida. I grew up in Louisiana. And I moved to Texas from Mississippi. Quite a bit of moving. Uh-oh, my wife is... I'm going home, by the way. I'm just going to my humble abode. My country home. Country home. Alright, Nat. What's going on? How's the hang-a-lingin'? How's it hang-a-lingin'? Not great. Why? Long time no see me. Who is that? Minecraft World? I don't know. I guess it has been a while. I don't remember you. off the top of my head. Normally I remember all of my viewers, subscribers. It's a little chilly. It's 54 degrees outside, but it's nice and sunny. Weather's nice. Rumors going on about you? Well, whatever. There's always going to be people that talk shit behind your back. That's going to happen no matter where you go and how long you live. People have always got something to say behind your back. Always, always, always. I wouldn't pay any mind to them. The only way you give rumors power is if you pay attention to them. If they affect your day, then the people starting the rumors are winning. But if you ignore it completely, let them talk. They're always going to have something to say. But when time comes around for it, as long as you don't give them a leg to stand on, you're in the okay. You're in the clear. I never did care much for people's rumors, you know. I just let the facts speak for themselves. Ignore the haters, exactly. That's like the common newfangled Gen Z way to say it. Ignore the haters. Millennials maybe started that, I don't know. Greetings from Brazil, Wicked Sig. You were on his live while he was talking shit about you? Well, don't give him any view time. That's just feeding into it. Don't feed into the bullshit. You know, don't pay that shit any mind. Just focus on you, your life, what's going to improve your day to day. I would start building habits that make you feel better. If you smoke cigarettes, stop smoking cigarettes. If you feel fat, go for a walk every day. Stop eating after 8 p.m., stuff like that. Drink more water. But don't feed into the rumors. That's never going to work out. You said that, Saman. I said, hey, what's up, bro? I said, hey, bro, what's up? All right, Nat. Don't go with the violence. Always go with peace in your heart. Always go with peace. What's up, Russian name that I can't pronounce? Hi, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Though I can't pronounce your name. Back? That was quick. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. I just dropped my wife off at work. Having a good time, brother. Having a good time. Just enjoying the lazy Sunday. I gotta go to work tonight, so that's gonna be fun. I got a job on the graveyard shift, so I gotta go handle business tonight. I gotta take a little nippy nap Probably gonna go home, play games for a little bit, and then take a nap. Other than that, though, I got no plans, man. Why are you pissed? Don't be pissed. You gotta get a grip. Grip on your emotions. Grip on your reality. Being mad never really serves any purpose for anybody, you know. When you're mad, you don't think clearly. If you're not thinking clearly, you can't come up with a clear solution. You can't come up with a clear solution, you can't solve a problem. So it's always better to just remain calm. Remain calm. Hold it. Out through the mouth. Long. That'll calm you down. 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. 4 seconds out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. That'll solve all of your anger issues right there. Time. It's called meditation. Breathing techniques really do help. Once you're in control fully of your bodily functions, your heart rate, your mentality, your emotions, you know, stuff like that will really improve your life. Lowers your blood pressure. It's good for you. Give it a try. Give it a whirl. Tell me, are you guys a radio on in the car type of person or not? I'm a radio off in the car type of person. I don't like to listen to music while driving. I like to enjoy the drive in silence. I like to enjoy the drive in silence. What is going on in America, like Trump doing wrong thing with children's? What is... I don't think he has been. For as far as I know, the guy's been almost completely exonerated from it. You know, allegations, sure, but I mean, any rich and powerful individual on the planet is going to have allegations against them because there's always somebody who wants to throw a wrench in the gears of their operations, and that's the only way they can typically. But I mean, allegations without proof are just that. They're just allegations. No proof, you know, no case. You can't make a case for something without proof. Yeah, I don't drive with the radio on. It's too much noise. I like to hear the wind, see the trees, take in the environment around me, you know what I mean? That's the best way to do it. That's exactly how rumors are dealt with, by the way, Nat. Is they're you know, allegations without proof are just that. They're just allegations. People can say whatever the fuck they want, but that doesn't make it true, you know. And even if you got 1 million people all spouting the wrong, like for instance, if you got 1 million people saying 1 + 1 = 3, you know, then you've just got 1 million stupid assholes, you know, echoing the same falsifications, right? But unless they can prove that 1 plus 1 equals 3, 1 plus 1 equals 2, regardless of what they say. This is a metaphorical, of course, but you know, the same juxtaposition applies if you were to put that on top of rumors and say, well, you know, rumors work the exact same way as that. If I start a rumor that 1 plus 1 equals 3 and I get 1 million people to agree with me, I mean, that's just 1 million stupid people. That's like the default setting for people, actually. Stupidity. Math is racist, you say? Try dividing by 0. One divided by 0 does not equal 0. 1 divided by 0 is an undefined. The answer is undefined. 17 divided by 0. 31 divided by 0. All of the answers to that are not 0. It's undefined. We don't have an answer for that. Because you can't divide by 0. It's not possible. And then if you get deep down into the math, then you'll find out that there actually is no such thing as 0. 0 does not exist. 0 is a constant. That's where it gets even weirder. That's where it gets even weirder. You start realizing that there's no such thing as 0. Leave the math? Why? Is it racist? No, Google it. Google it. 1 divided by 0 doesn't equal 0. It's undefined. The answer is undefined. Because you can't divide by 0. It's just not possible. Well, first you'd have to divide the apple by nothing. That's a good example. So if you cut an apple in half, you're dividing it, by 2, right? There's one piece of an apple plus another piece of an apple makes the whole apple. So you're dividing by 2. Or you're multiplying it by 0.5, right? And that'll still give you 2 pieces of an apple. But if you take an apple and you don't have a number to divide it by, in this case is 0, then the apple remains whole, right? That's why the answer is undefined, because there's no real division happening. There's nothing happening. The answer is undefined. And also because 0 is not a real number. 0 doesn't exist. There's no such thing as 0. What happened to my interview? I already did all that. I start work tonight, brother. That's all been squared away and taken care of. 0 is the bully. 0 is the bully of math. We're going over the lake. I know you guys probably love that view. Love that view as much as I do. Beautiful area. I live about 5 minutes away from this lake. Exactly. 0 is the absence of an amount. But in physics, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as absence of an amount. There's always an amount because matter and energy are ever present in everything. So 0 actually just doesn't exist. There's no such thing as nothing. Is that the Everglades? This is not the Everglades. I don't live in Florida. I live in Texas. I thought we talked about this. I'm from Florida, but I don't live in Florida anymore. Everglades. Yeah, the Everglades kind of sucks, bro. Zero is an insult. I'm under the influence of zero at the moment. Zero's got me in its hooks. Zero swallows your whole. Do I have Irish heritage? No, not really. But I mean, a long, long time ago, back in like the 1100s, thereabouts, you know, Scandinavians from Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, you know, invaded England, what is now England, or Great Britain, and settled in places like Ireland and Scotland and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a possibility, but no, for the most part, my family is Scandinavian. Yeah, capsizing in the Everglades would be really bad. Capsizing in the Everglades would be incredibly bad. 1, there's alligators everywhere. 2, there's mosquitoes everywhere. 3, there's water everywhere. And 4, there's no one anywhere. So yeah, any problems in the Everglades are going to be a bad day for you. You don't want to have a bad day in the Everglades. Kelp. Wicked sick, bro. You guys are like our southern cousins. What's up, Daddy? Yeah, brother, love from Kashmir. I remember you. How's it hanging, broski? Hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday, although it's Sunday night for you, almost Monday now, but happy both. Happy Sunday, happy Monday. The worst prison is a closed heart. You gotta open your heart to love. Open your heart to change. The worst prison is a closed heart, my friends. You're late. That's okay. I live in East Texas. Actually, I live in like the wettest part of Texas. So I don't live near Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi is about 5 hours south of me. I live in East Texas. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Texas. Fucking smash some beers. Give me a hell yeah, brother. Can I get a hell yeah? Fucking Steve Austin. Stone Cold. He used to say, live and let live. I do have farm. I still have farm. Texas has a lot of jewelry shops. I mean, I guess I wouldn't think more jewelry shops per capita than any other state. Life in America is definitely better than life in Europe. Now maybe there was a time period where that wasn't true. And maybe the standard of living in Europe is a little better. But the quality of life in America is much better, I would say. I would say, on average, is much better. USA, baby. Greatest country on earth. I look like a more handsome Theo Vaughn. I like Theo. He's from Louisiana. I don't think anybody likes to study. I wish that we could just like absorb knowledge via contact. So if you wanted to read a book, you could just like stick it on your head for a little while until it like downloads the information. That would be way cooler. Maybe with the brain chips, we'll get to that point eventually with the brain chips. Check it out. I live in the valley of a few mountains. It's very nice. USA, baby. Nothing better than the great old USA. We're the most powerful country on planet Earth. I say this quite frequently. The road from Jeepers Creepers. I thought Jeepers Creepers was in Texas. No, that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know where Jeepers Creepers takes place. You don't even know the time. Well, you got to get on top of your shit, man. You better get your exams right. You got to pass. The way I always looked at it is the quicker you get it done, the less of it you have to do. And once you get out of school, man, I mean, all that shit falls to the wayside. You don't need that shit. Woke sick? You mean they've got the woke mind virus? Yeah, Sweden has really gone down the pipes since the days of yore. Whoopsies. Sweden's really gone down the pipes since the days of yore. Poho, Florida. Why does everything bad always happen in Florida? Florida's a wild fucking state. It's the only state where you can see serial killers, celebrities, TikTokers, and presidents all in the same neighborhood. Damn it, my fire seems to have blown completely out. Let me go throw some more logs on these coals. That's true. All of Europe has fallen to Islamist apologies. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't necessarily mind Islam. I don't. I mind Islam a lot less than I mind the other guys of the same, the same groupings of Abrahamic religions. But at the same time, there are a lot of extremists in Islam that really make the rest of Islamics look kind of bad. But for the most part, most Islamic people that I've met are very, very good people, very, very kind-hearted, very nice individuals. And even a lot of the ones that come onto the stream and have a little chit-chat with us every now and again are they're just good people, they're good people, loving, caring individuals for the most part. But, you can't take it as a whole. It just depends on what country the Islamics come from. Because if they come from a shitty country with like low IQ individuals, then you're not getting the best of the breed. You're getting the fucking retards. And that's I don't mean to say that like a negative thing, but that's exactly what you're getting. You're not getting the good-hearted, kind individuals of Islam. You're getting the fucking morons that think the world revolves around them. Everybody should submit to Sharia and live their lifestyle or get beheaded. Those are the ones you're getting.
The good ones just stay in their country typically, or are actually like doctors and and good people. Like I went to school with two Islamic kids that I actually were pretty good friends with. One's name was Sufyan and the other was Ahmed. Ahmed was from Egypt. His dad was a doctor, and he ended up becoming a doctor as well. And they went through the whole nine. Every week they were taking him out of school on Fridays to go do some prayers, extra praying, and all that good stuff. And they were good people. So was Sufyan. He was from Algeria. Very intelligent dude. Spoke several languages. Good dudes. So not all Islamic people are bad, but the ones that you get in your country typically are the bottom of the barrel stock when it comes to Islamic people. I mean, why do you think they left their country to begin with? Probably because they weren't fucking appreciated. They weren't liked. They didn't want them there. They wanted them to leave as well. That's my theory on it anyway. Ahmed is it's a very common name. What's up though, Christia Sophia? Long time no see, ski. That ought to do it. And I put that there to keep my thing there. Cover my wood pile back up. Protect it from the elements. You know what I mean? Protect it from the elements. Well, I've been here. I still do a stream every single day. What are you talking about? We still stream every day. Nothing's changed on my end. Where have you been? Ask Slimer. Slimer knows I'm here every day. Might be brief. Might be a small time. Short stream, but I'm still here. That's not true, Daddy. For the record, that's not true. I think the first religion was Zoroastrianism. Hindu is older than both of those. Well, not Zoroastrianism. What's up, kiddo? You being good?
Yeah, she's been fairly good. She's trying to kill the palate now.
Whatever. Yeah, the oldest Abrahamic religion is Judaism.
Huh?
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
Right, it's the asylum seekers that always get the... Yeah, your tablet's dead, baby. You're gonna have to wait. No, I know it. Adamu. They call him Adamu. What's going on in here? You done with this? Where's your ball? Adamu was the Anunnaki spawn. He was go look up the Anunnaki and Adamu. What am I doing today before work? Probably gonna take a shit. Or two, and then maybe play some games and nap a couple hours. Then I gotta go pick up my wife, and then that's about it. Nah, I'm about to end it. I'm about to end the stream, get these kids all wrangled up. Take some pressure off the madre. Where's Solomon? In there? Is he asleep?
I laid him down for that.
Yeah, go look up Adamu. That was technically who was it? Was it the Babylonians that believed in the Anunnaki or whatever? They've got their own little creation story, and it's very weird. It's very weird. No, it's too cold, baby. You don't want to go out there. Where's your ball? Something like that, basically. Appreciate that, Zhivago. Yeah, I think it's about good time to call it, though. All right, I'll put them on. Yeah, I got to deal with my daughter. I'll see you guys later. I'll let you know how the workday goes. Might do an early morning stream tomorrow to fill y'all in. Okay, baby. Peace out. Y'all have a blessed day, man. Stay safe. Love y'all.